Hello everybody and welcome to the land of YouTube monetization. Yes, that's right. Today we are going over how much money I made in 2021 with a channel of 200,000 subscribers. So that was the milestone that I hit at the end of 2021. And this video is going to be heavy on Google AdSense. I'm going to take a deep dive into Google AdSense, how it works, what I've made in the past years, and the history of my channel. This is an exciting video to make at the beginning or around, January of each year. I think it's very interesting and super fun to document the journey. And what you can expect by the end of this video are some really great tips. If you are growing your YouTube channel and looking to monetize or looking to increase your revenue, you're going to learn the key metrics on how to do it. You're going to learn what top content means. You're going to learn the growth strategy on YouTube that I leverage the most in order to increase my Google AdSense revenue. So without further ado, let's go ahead and dive right in. So first, I wanted to talk about, even though you guys did not ask for it, I wanted to talk about last year's video about a year ago when I posted a very similar video about an income report. You guys I'll leave that link in the description. But in 2020, my Google AdSense total was $94,000 for the channel. So of course, my goal for this year or last year in 2021 was to crush that goal and to make over $100,000. 6 figures in ad revenue was my goal. I wanted to make $200,000. Well, let's just see how the year went. Did I make more than last year? Yeah, spoiler alert. I'm gonna pull back the curtain of how the YouTube studio looks and exactly like what videos went viral, what videos made me the most money, CPM, all that stuff. But I just want you to keep in mind that Google AdSense money is simply just icing on the cake, nothing more. You shouldn't rely on it. It should not be an income source. If you have a business, for example, it should not be an income source that you rely on. It's too risky. What Google AdSense does is they get revenue from advertisers that are bidding on these YouTube videos. And so they take 45% of the revenue cut. And as a YouTube creator, you take 55%. And I'm like, man, 55%, there's so much money that goes to YouTube, but I can't complain. I'm grateful. YouTube is awesome in the sense that they pay their creators a very generous amount for the content that they're producing. And so I like to think of this revenue as automated revenue, and definitely it has a lot of flavor of passive income. And so for those of you creators that are right there about to get monetized for the Google Ads or the YouTube partnership program, just keep going. I know the hardest part is getting that watch time, that 4,000 hours of watch time in a 12-month period. I know that's hard. My number one tip for that is to make just a little bit longer videos. So if you're typically making 7 to 8 minute videos, just make them 11, 12 minute videos, and that will definitely increase your watch time. And I know that lengthier videos, it's hard for me nowadays to make a short video, but lengthier videos have been the trend on my channel for last year. So let's go ahead and take a deep dive into the back end of my YouTube studio for last year. All right, so welcome to the screen behind my computer. It's weird. Okay, so welcome to my desktop. Now, I just actually, like a couple of seconds ago, looked at my revenue for 2021. I hadn't seen it yet. And well, without further ado, here it is. Oh, $106,000, almost $107,000. Wow, I'm actually really happy. And although I wanted to crush it and make like 200K, 150,000, I'm really happy with these results considering that last year in 2021, I definitely posted a lot less videos. And, my goal was to post 8 videos a month. That just didn't happen. I was so busy with other things in the business. But, this is very interesting. So 106,000. So let's take a look at what the revenue says about 2021. My CPM is pretty on point of what it's typically. So a CPM is the cost per mil or whatever it's called, but basically it's the amount of money you're getting paid per 1,000 views. So I make $73 per 1,000 views on average on my channel. And RPM is basically what you take home from that. So It's approximately what, like half, a little less than half, but that is the RPM. So the total estimated revenue of what I take home was this much. And so we can see just the top earning videos, and estimated revenue for this one. So my top content, and we'll talk about top content and what that means for you later, but my top content for 2021 was this one, about 17 websites. You guys, or my audience, my subscribers, go crazy for money-making website videos. This one was about how to make money with Amazon KDP. And again, another moneymaker was websites. So you can see, like, anything that has to do with, a certain amount that you make per day or per month, or money-making websites are obviously big hits on my channel. So here's a breakdown of the revenue from month to month. It definitely fluctuated a lot. And so this is really fun to see. I would say that, the biggest thing was when I noticed a video that was top performing, I would like to duplicate that video and make another version of it. And we'll talk about more, and this is what I call my top content strategy. We'll talk more about that. But let's just have some fun and take a look back down memory lane. And let's go to 2018, when the year I actually started my channel. So let's go to 2018, okay? And let's look at this. And so I started my channel over here around, let's see, right here, in approximately April of 2018. And so it didn't take me long to get monetized, which was really cool. I remember getting monetized and qualifying in June. My check, or not my check, but it's like this PIN code that you get to qualify for them to verify your address. That came here in June. And then so the first time I started to get paid back in 2018 was in July, so the middle of summer. This was really cool. I desperately needed this money. If you're interested in watching my struggle and how I went from basically negative almost $100,000, I say $80,000, but negative $80,000 to over $500,000 in revenue, go ahead and check out this video. I think it's on this top corner. I'll leave that, but I just posted that video. Highly recommend you checking it out to really get the full story of my struggle and how it really used to be. So that was 2018. And so that year I made a total of $7,800 on in Google AdSense. And then if we go to 2019, then let me update this live. We'll see how much I made then. 2019 was $50,000. So that was quite a big jump from like basically $8,000 to $50,000. And you could see my CPM back then was lower. It was $44 and my RPM was $23. This video right here, working from home video, was the video that like basically put my channel on the map, and it went viral, I remember. And so a big part of that is thumbnails. And when you are doing your thumbnails for your YouTube channel, they matter so much, obviously, because here is when I started to switch my thumbnail strategy, and it was just completely different. So that was 2019. Now let's take a look at 2020, which is a very interesting year. Some of you that have been following me know that my channel back in March of 2018, sorry. 2020 to 2020. Okay, did that update? Yeah. So $94,000 in 2020, but remember what happened in March of 2020. Yes, a worldwide global pandemic, but also my channel, guys, was hacked and deleted. I will leave the link up there so you could watch the full story. It's absolutely crazy and insane, but my channel was literally off the map just for this whole time, okay? And it took a while. I recuperated the channel, but it took a long time to get back to where it normally was, and it was a crazy story. But so the videos changed in 2020. So my top performing video made $11,000, and you can see these videos followed suit. But this is very interesting, and my CPM was less than it is now. So $55 RPM, $32. So now going to 2021, as I mentioned, I got less growth. I don't know if I mentioned that, but the channel gained around 50,000 subscribers, which wasn't relatively a lot compared to previous years. So, but the revenue went up, like the CPM and the RPM went up. So it went up to $73 and the RPM was $32. So that definitely went up last year. So again, $106,000 for the year is cool. Like, I'm really proud of that number, and I'm happy I made across 6 figures. I could officially say I crossed 6 figures in Google AdSense revenue, something that not too long ago I thought, whoa, like, how is this even possible? So yeah, so let's talk about some key metrics and some strategies to help you increase your Google AdSense if that's your goal for this year. All right, so let's talk about a big factor that has to do with Google AdSense revenue, and that is the CPM. As you saw in the analytics of my channel, the CPM is what literally controls, the increase, the decrease of your revenue video by video, month by month, and throughout the year. And as you guys had seen, the increase in my CPM, from 2018 all the way to 2021, where it was, in the $30s and $40 range, and now it's around the $70 range. And some tips to really increase the CPM, it all has to do with the niche. And this is why I teach people, like, the more specific and niche your channel is, that's going to increase the CPM no matter what niche you're in. Now, speaking of niche, yes, of course, my niche is going to have a higher CPM because I talk about money. I talk about online business. I talk about, creating revenue and income streams and profitable side hustles and passive income. Those topics are highly, highly in demand. I'm not going to lie. That's just, my niche is more profitable than other niches out there that maybe are based around hobbies or channels that are about, plant growth or something like that. So any niche that are within the health bubble, the wealth and relationship whole sphere tend to make more money because they are a niche that has a solution, or not a solution, but that it's a problem for people that is more painful, and they're looking for help and to solve their problems right away. Everyone wants to make more money. Everyone wants to have their money grow for them. They need financial advising tips. And so anything that has to do with money, personal finance, investing, crypto, stock market, all those types are going to have a high CPM. I haven't been on the back end of too many health and wellness and relationship channels, but just from seeing what other YouTubers have posted on their videos, it's really cool because they do have relatively high CPMs as well. But I guess the point of raising your CPM, I can't emphasize enough, is that if you're thinking that there's too many different focuses on your channel, you're probably right, and just take one out. Have it as narrowed down as possible, because the more specific you are, the faster you're going to grow. It's not going to limit your growth, contrary to popular belief. It's going to help you and your brand become the authority and generate more traffic, and thus generate more leads and sales to your YouTube channel. And so, speaking of generating more leads and more sales and turning your subscribers to sales, if you are interested in creating a profitable online business that will last, and that will, bring you high income and high impact, go ahead and download my subscriber to sales blueprint. It'll be up here. It's a free guide that breaks down the 6 steps to creating income by leveraging the YouTube platform. I highly recommend it. There's so many great resources in there. Once you subscribe to my email list, you'll get that and a bunch of goodies in the following days to come. So go ahead and download that, or you can check it out in the first link in the description. So now let's talk about top content and what that means. And I had mentioned it before when we were behind my computer talking about the analytics, but top content is important. So top content is that 3 to 5% of the videos that are on your YouTube channel that are going to way outperform the rest. Typically, these videos are the videos that carry your channel to the next level, or that maintain your channel at a certain level. Typically, they're the ones that go more viral. They get a lot more watch time, views, and thus subscribers, because watch time is basically has a direct correlation to subscribers. The more watch time you have, the more subscribers you're gonna get. That's just how the algorithm works. That's just what the data shows. And so top content, the winning video from last year brought in the most amount of everything. It's no surprise. The most amount of subscribers, views, and subscribers. And what did I say? Did I say subscribers twice? So when you notice a piece of top content on your channel, so let's say on average, your videos get around 200 views after the first 30 days of publishing. If you notice a video that's getting 2,000 views or more, that is considered viral for your size of channel. And that is considered a piece of top content because most likely it's getting pushed by the algorithm and people are liking it more and more. And so my advice when you get a piece of top content or when you see that first virality, it's really important to double down and create more of that topic. And so there's definitely pros and cons to this. So as creators, maybe you know, because you are a YouTube creator, but you know that there is a sense of burnout that just hits you like no other. You get so burnt out of just a lot of things, of creating. Not every day that I get in front of the camera, I'm motivated to create a video, right? You get burnt out with the type of topics. Every creator goes through this phase where it's like, man, do I really want to have a channel on this topic? Every single creator goes through it, no matter what. And so top content kind of makes it worse because it's like, man, well, you know, I want to create more videos about this topic because I know that it converts. I know that it went viral. So if I post a similar video with a similar topic, it's going to help my channel and boost up everything even more. And so that's the balance of like being a creator and duplicating your top content is literally the mental draining part of it. It's mentally draining because one part of you is like, yeah, double down, views, subs, and it's like all vanity metrics up here, like everything's going to go up, including revenue. But then on the other hand, you're like, man, I just want to be free. I want to post whatever I want. Like, it's not fair that the algorithm likes just this type of content and not this other content, which it's all amazing content, right? So it's this constant struggle and balancing act of like, oh, like, do I post more videos on a topic that I know is going to get viralness and gain more popularity, or do I post what I enjoy, but it's going to tank? So it's like, pick your poison. So those are the pros and cons of top content. And I gotta be honest, last year I was probably burnt out the entire year, to be honest. I was definitely playing to the algorithm a lot. Even though I posted more videos, that was a big reason why I felt obligated to succumb or whatever, obey the algorithm and what the data was showing me. And as a creator, I definitely felt stuck. I felt like I was just getting on camera and talking about, you know, the same things over and over and over. And some people even commented and were like, you're talking about this over and over. And like, I got upset because I'm like, well, yeah. And it's just so confusing as a creator because you're like, I want to talk about other things, but I want a lot of people to see it. It's like, why can't every single video just perform the same and do well, especially when you put a lot of thought, a lot of effort, a lot of, you know, you film some extra B-rolls, you pay a videographer, you pay for like extra cool things for your channel. And when it tanks, it's just like this like horrible feeling like, oh my God, like no one likes this video. But on that note, I know I'm kind of sidetracking from AdSense revenue. It's like if you're on this channel if you're creating your YouTube channel to drive traffic to your business, don't get discouraged by the low amount of views for a particular video, because if your video is an amazing video and its target is its niche, let's say it only gets 1,000 views in a 30-day period, and typically you get, let's say, 5,000. Don't underestimate those 1,000 views, because that's going to attract the real audience that you want. Even though it's not going to bring you more revenue, it's not going to bring you more subs, it's going to bring you profit on the back end. So I'll make more videos about monetizing and like other income streams in my company. However, don't underestimate the low amount of views if it's a fire video. Now let's talk about another reason why my revenue did so well last year, and that's because I really focused on suggested traffic. Okay, this is very, very important, and a lot of creators and non-creators think that the best type of way to get exposure with the algorithm and on the first page of YouTube is by YouTube keyword research and the YouTube search traffic type. Because let me back up. On YouTube, there's at least 10 different types of traffic. There's more, but there's like a top 10 different traffic types, and you can get traffic from several different places within YouTube. And so I'll go ahead and go through my ranking of like worst traffic on YouTube to best YouTube traffic, and why I will always push for suggested traffic. Okay, so the worst, in my opinion, is direct or unknown. You just don't know where it comes from. It could be anything. Traffic sources that you just don't know, because obviously it's unknown and YouTube doesn't know. Channel pages. Then the next one after that, a little bit better, I guess, is others, which is external. This is also on the same page as shorts, because shorts traffic is a new source of traffic now on YouTube. And shorts traffic is interesting because it's not, I would say, a bad source or like the worst, but it's not the greatest because it's very temporary. You get a rush of new views and subscribers from shorts traffic. It doesn't really increase your Google AdSense revenue like you think it would, because the duration of the video is so short. Obviously, it's less than 60 seconds, but it's definitely a way to get good growth, right? So then after that is when I rank YouTube search traffic. Now, YouTube search is keyword research traffic. So when you're doing keyword research and trying to use a keyword research tool to get the best title and to see which will rank on the first page of YouTube, and that's great and all, but it's not the best. If you have YouTube search traffic and if your channel dominates with YouTube search traffic, it's going to plateau and it's not going to get that viral growth like you want it to be until you focus on getting browse featured and suggested video. I rank browse features just under suggested traffic because suggested traffic is like king. It is like almighty. Okay, nothing beats suggested traffic. Suggested traffic is when the YouTube algorithm promotes you for free. It's like dumping gasoline on a little fire. When a video starts to go viral, it's like got a little spark. And then like the YouTube algorithm comes and starts dumping the gasoline, and it's like, boo, I'm going to blow up your video for free. You're welcome. And so this is when your video gets automatically suggested after other people's videos. So your video will show up in the suggested column, and it'll show up on the home page. That's actually technically called browse features, but it's beautiful because your video is everywhere. It's kind of like once people click on your video one time, YouTube is going to show them more and more on your home feed, which is really cool. So that is why if my suggested videos isn't dominating, I'm like, this needs to get fixed. We need to get that suggested traffic up. I try my best to make sure that at all times throughout the year, my suggested video traffic is more than 50% of all my traffic sources in general. I don't care about YouTube search. I don't care about any other traffic source. I do like browse features because browse features gets you lots of exposure. That means that your videos are showing up frequently on the homepage of YouTube, which is a great thing. So browse features, good. But that is my ranking of traffic, and the suggested video traffic is something you should definitely focus on because it will directly increase everything. Okay, so now let's have a chat about split testing. Now you might be thinking, what does this have to do with Google AdSense revenue? And really it has to do everything with Google AdSense revenue because split testing, what I'm specifically referring to is thumbnails. So yes, thumbnails are everything when it comes to getting more clicks and increasing your CTR or your click-through rate. So the amount of people that click on your actual video. So don't just look at it, but they actually give you a click. And split testing, I use a tool called TUBEBUDDY. I use a tool called TUBEBUDDY really for everything. It's a tool that helps with SEO, keyword research, organizing your tags, secondary keywords, all kinds of stuff. I really love the time it saves for optimizing videos because I used to optimize my videos the old school way. And now I'm able to use TUBEBUDDY, and with that, well, actually, I don't optimize the videos anymore. A person on my team does, and it takes her so much less time than if she would have like had to do it the way I did it back in the day. Anyways, if you would like to try out TubeBuddy for 30 days for free for any paid plan, go ahead and check out the link in the description, and there's even a discount code if you do decide later on that TubeBuddy is the right tool for you, and you can get a discount on any of the paid plans. But I use TubeBuddy for split testing all the time. I wish I could use it way more, but we've split tested so many different thumbnails on TubeBuddy, and it works, because when you compare, let's say, a thumbnail with a blue background to the same thumbnail with the same copy on a yellow background, you just literally compare, and whatever is statistically more relevant. So statistically, whichever thumbnail wins, you're going to go with that one. Okay, so the idea is to keep split testing. And let's just say you have a case where out of 10 split tested thumbnails, there's 8 out of 10 thumbnails with the same color that win. That's going to give you a clue like, hey, maybe I should just incorporate this color or this style of thumbnail permanently, or not permanently, but just from here on out until we just keep split testing more and more styles and copy and all of that stuff. So I highly recommend split testing your thumbnails. It is a more it's with the legend plan on TubeBuddy, but I can't rave about it enough. That's my favorite feature on the TubeBuddy tool, because it will give you, just with a simple test, the data will show you which thumbnail is going to convert better. So therefore leading you to have more views, more growth, subscribers, and more ad revenue. So I didn't want to end this video without mentioning sponsorships, because I do think that that is a direct income stream from a YouTube channel. So my YouTube sponsored videos from last year, I think altogether with all my sponsors, it yielded about $25,000 in revenue created. And it's interesting because, I've mentioned this before, this is the hardest earned revenue, because sponsorships are not easy. They may sound glorious, like, oh, I got a brand deal, like, oh, this company asked me to this. It is very difficult work as a creator, let me tell you. It makes a creator's job 10 times harder. There's rules to follow, guidelines. You have to tell people on the video that you're getting paid to promote this product. A lot of times these types of videos need to be redone, parts need to be fixed. It's just stressful, okay? Very stressful. And I had a lot of resistance with it. And this year, honestly, I'm not going to do as many sponsor videos. It hurts my brain, and it takes a lot of effort. So let's say it takes me 12 hours from beginning to end to do a normal video. I would say with a sponsored video, it would take minimum double, sometimes 30 hours, And so that's why it's really important to be careful on who you work with, because when your channel gets to, let's say 50,000 subscribers, you'll start to get a few inquiries in your inbox. And once you cross 100,000, it's going to be full. Like, your inbox is going to be blown up, right? And the way that I typically filter them out is, like, if they don't even say my name, if they're like, hey there, I noticed your channel, I stumbled across your channel, and I'm like, you didn't even mention my first name, like, delete. Like, I just delete those emails. It's really annoying. So anyway, I don't want to go too deep into sponsors and brand deals, because that's something else I wanted to talk about on another video. So I would say the other factors that I mentioned in this video, please take that to heart and follow them, and keep that in mind as you're trying to scale your growth and also scale your AdSense revenue income in the following year. So if you like this video, by the way, thanks so much for sticking around this long. Please be sure to watch this video that's coming up next, all about how I went from negative $80,000 to producing over $500,000 in revenue. You gotta check it out. I'll see you on the next video. In this video, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to take a deep dive into the science of making money online and my personal journey of going from negative $80,000